Hey guys, what's going on? This is Dragon and welcome to episode 7 of my Elden Ring series. So right off the bat, we're going to jump into a boss fight here against Loretta, Knight of the Halleck Tree. So yeah, this episode is going to be much shorter than the other ones. Originally, it was going to be, a lot longer, many more NPC interactions, and, additional fights and stuff like that. Unfortunately, the footage got corrupted, so it is what it is, and I'm gonna have to let those clips go. But we still have the most important part intact, and the main boss fights that I did want to feature for this episode. So we're gonna go and, just make the best of it. I'm really excited for episode 8. That one's gonna be action-packed, tons of bosses, back-to-back pretty much, towards the end of the game. Yeah, Loretta, she was a little bit tricky. It took me a few attempts. I think I died twice here, maybe. She's just has a lot more mobility than the other, knights, kind of. Well, I wouldn't say mobility, but, just more in her repertoire of attacks, I feel. But, yeah, not too bad. And with that, let's keep the show on the road.
What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill, I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for you.
Again we meet. I can only surmise our purposes are aligned. In which case, allow me to explain myself. I am of Melania's blood, but in what capacity I know not. I could be sister, daughter, or an offshoot. Whatever the case, though, I am certain of a kinship between us. There is something I must return to Melania. The will that was once her own. The dignity. The sense of self that allowed her to resist the call of the Scarlet Rot. The pride she abandoned to meet Radahn's measure.
Oh, Millicent, finding herself, is she? The words of a true innocent, the dear girl. Well, perhaps this is just as it should be. Little Millicent following in the steps of her mother, no matter what. This is their fate, after all.
Curse you, Golden Order. One day, you'll get what's coming. Unleashing upon them a curse blessings to war.
Alright, so I'm about to fight here the Scarlet Rodworm. And this fight's a little tricky, not so much because of the enemy itself, but we are pretty much fighting in a circular arena that's uneven, and then the center is covered with Scarlet Rot. And it's pretty easy for the enemy to just smack you out of it. So I'm just trying to be careful here. I've died about a handful of times. So I was just trying to make sure this guy went to hell on this run. And originally, I was attempting to take him down with a Blasphemous Blade, you know, just to get some extra range, but it just wasn't doing the job. You also can't summon for this fight, so you have to do it, you know, 1v1. So I decided to switch back to, you know, the Executioner build and pretty much use all the power-ups and see how fast I could melt him. But yeah, the main issue here is really the stage. You don't want to be, you know, fighting him right on the ledge. He'll do, you know, a wide attack and you're down. But right here, I was able to get a repose. Very nice. But yeah, you don't want to ever take your guard down on this fight. It's not like that as difficult, but you know, one wrong move, you're in the wrong spot and you'll be flying off to the bottom of the, you know, of the level. Yeah, I was gonna try and jump on that, didn't work out. So at this point, I'm just gonna fight him straight up on the Scarlet Rod. And my goal was to, you know, I think I can kill him before the Scarlet Rod gets to me, and yeah, we were able to do it. There we go. See ya. Alright, we finally made it to everyone's, you know, favorite boss, Melina. So, I went on pretty much full Executioner build and Mimic tier. And we're gonna be pretty much playing through a bit of a compilation of her phase 1 and then her phase 2. I actually ended up doing this fight 2 times because, as I said, a bunch of the footage was lost, including the original fight. So what we ended up doing to make this possible was use the Resurrection mod, bring her back to life, so we could whoop her ass all over again. And I really love just seeing her face. So I got a little treat for you guys. We're pretty much just showing off the Executioner build and the Mimic tier, and you know, their combined arms of power, and just letting them shred her. That's one. So they're gonna get a little bit quicker each one. I'm pretty much taking Melina down faster and faster in her first phase. Alright, we're going in for the kill here. Getting her cornered. Ooh, she got some health back, but that's a wrap. Alright, third. There you go, she walked into the poison cloud. Yeah, we ended up cornering her here yet again. Ooh, there we go. Come get some, bitch. Alright, number 4. And yeah, funny enough, we kind of just kept getting her here near the entrance, near the fog gate. And I just love the combo from me and the Mimic tier here, just perfect team up. 1-2, 1-2. Alright, now we're gonna roll into the final one. And this was the quickest, we just got her in the corner and yeah, it was just over in a second. It wasn't even, I wouldn't even call this an attempt.
Wait.
The scarlet bloom flowers once more.
Okay, now that the cinematic is over, we can go ahead and talk about her phase 2. Pretty much her phase 2, once you understand it, is very easy. You want to just straight up avoid, dodge that move, and then go in and see if you can get a, you know, special strike of her, you know, being distracted by the mimic deer. After that, she's gonna try and do, you know, the water dance or another jump type of special. But there she is, messing up the mimic deer. I wasn't able to get that, but she did the special move, so we gotta wait. Bomb explosion, keep on waiting. And right here I'm just impatient. I'm like, ah, oh, this bitch is wasting my time. There we go.
Extraordinary. The mark of a true lord. Dear Mikola. Oh, dearest Mikola. My brother. I'm sorry. I finally met my match.
Alright, and with that we're going to be wrapping up here episode 7 in just a couple of minutes. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It's a bit of a different one, much shorter, and you know, I just wanted to add a few things here and there to make it interesting. As for episode 8 and the things that are coming up ahead, yeah, episode 8 is going to be the finale of the base game, so you can expect all those, you know, all those crazy bosses. And yeah, once we're done with the base game episode, then it'll be all about Shadow of the Erdtree. I already started gameplay wise and recording some of that footage, and I've been having a lot of fun with the DLC. It's definitely a lot more challenging in the sense that you're pretty much you're pretty weak when you get there, and you have to, in a sense, start all over. And you know, you have your gear, but you just don't have your power. At least that's kind of how I'm sort of like understanding it. But yeah, and after that we'll be just returning to, you know, other games I was kind of playing, or, you know, I had in the pipelines. But yeah, I'll talk about whatever the next game is when we're actually there. I don't want to like jump ahead too much, and we're just here enjoying this gorgeous view. But yeah, I don't have much to say, guys. Just look out for episode 8 coming out soon. I'll see you in the next one, and this was Dragon.